When I told people that I was visiting Vietnam, one of the main recommendations I got was, you must go to Hoi An. Like any traveller, I was sceptical of somewhere that gets so many visitors and is so highly recommended. Yes, it is known for its beautiful lanterns and boat rides, but what is it really like? So I had to find out for myself. Is Hoi An worth the hype? Let's find out. Hello everybody and welcome to the beautiful city of Hoi An. I arrived here to Hoi An this afternoon from Kinyon. I took the train to Da Nang and then a bus down here to Hoi An. So far I've been wandering around the markets. The main thing I want to see here in my time here in Hoi An is if it's as touristy as people say it is, and if so, is it worth it anyway? Everybody I've met who's come to Vietnam has told me you have to go to Hoi An. #1 place, highlight, amazing. And it is, but I just wonder, is it gone too far? Is there over tourism happening here? Here, so far it seems good, but you know, quite pushy. People are trying to get you to buy things in their stalls and things like that, which is fair enough. At the moment as well, unfortunately, because it's rainy season, Hoi An is experiencing some flooding, so the night market is actually closed at the moment due to flooding. But there's still beautiful markets around and lanterns. Let's check it out. This flooding is really bad here. To get to the bridge, you need to cross a river before you get to the river. That's the footpath, that's the river. The other side might have to wait for another day. Welcome back to another day here in Hoi An. Today I'm going to take advantage of the fact that Hoi An is quite a touristy city and offers a lot of tours, and I'm going to do a coffee workshop where I learn how to make and also sample a lot of different types of Vietnamese coffee. So we've got egg coffee, coconut coffee, salt coffee. I'm very excited.
Prefer the Arabica coffee, softer, sweeter, but then we Robusta, super strong. Arabica Robusta. This one they just dry under the sun before roasting. Just a little, my friend. Too much.
So the first coffee that we're making here is black coffee, traditional black coffee made with Robusta beans, and it's really strong. That's Korean, isn't it? Dalgona coffee.
Yeah.
That was like a trend.
That was a TikTok trend 2020.
So this is black coffee, condensed milk, fresh milk, and then whipped black coffee. It looks amazing. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, I need to stir it a bit more, but that is incredible. So now we're making egg coffee, and this is the one that I'm so intrigued about because I actually don't know how it's made. So far I have just separated the yolk from the white. So now we're going to add a half a teaspoon of condensed milk, vanilla, honey and happy water.
Bad at measuring everything.
My masterpiece, my egg coffee. Give it a stir, and it's really gloopy. Oh my god, I can taste the happy water. It's really strong, isn't it? It definitely is very different to the other egg coffees I've had.
Well, sure, it tastes like egg because it's egg coffee, but
It does, it tastes very like egg.
I really like egg.
It's up as if we haven't had enough coffee already. We're making coconut coffee with coconut milk, condensed milk and whipped cream. Very healthy. This is so filling, like I'm stuffed. Oh, the coconut. Thank you. Okay, this one is absolutely my favourite, the coconut. It is so coconutty, rich. fresh. Our final coffee that we're making today is salt coffee, my favourite. So we're going to have 20 of fresh and 20 cream. I'm so full. And then you've got Himalayan salt in here. Get it ready to drink.
That's good, my friend.
That was so not satisfying. It was so chunky.
Yeah, it's weird that it's just all in the one.
Yeah.
Already mixed.
1 hour later.
I have to recommend that coffee workshop. It was absolutely amazing. I am buzzing between the sugar and the caffeine and everything. I am buzzing. So I came into the kind of island part. There was a little place you could cross without it being flooded, but you can see it's still quite flooded here. It is mid-November, you know, and central Vietnam does get flooding at this time of year. I wanted to go to Hue next, but Hue is completely submerged in water at the moment. So I'm trying to enjoy the bits that I can here, but I can just start to feel a few drops. It's actually starting to rain here again. I was going to check out this lovely market. I'm definitely not going to go for another coffee anyway. Today I'm going to be visiting some of the more historical sites here in Hoi An, starting with this sacred temple behind me here. So to get into any of these spaces, like this museum of the Sahun people, you buy an entrance ticket to the old town. That's 120,000 dong, which is about €6, but that entitles you then to four or five visits to different museums, merchant houses, temples, pagodas and things like that around the city. And because it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's used then for the upkeep of the old town, which I think is reasonable enough. Evening I'm doing a food tour where we have some different options, 5 or 6 options, and this is our second and we're sitting with the locals at the table. Don't know what we're getting, but it looks tasty. Oh, come on. This is bun. How do you say it? Bun yum. Bun yum. Sweet. It's cold. It's very tasty.
I'm terrible at videos. Okay, here we go. Smash. And then what do? Fold with your elbow. Oh yeah. You know
So
the truth
next
is,
up
I
this
do
place
have
is
is it,
crash
what do you-
smash
it's a
cake,
TikTok.
and
There's a TikTok
you
of me
smash it with your
because
hand,
I
so you go like this.
retired, and for fun I work at Starbucks.
And then you push it again. That was bad, right? that was no good. And then you dip it in some fermented fish sauce, which I think is anchovies. So I'll try that one. Oh yeah, that's strong. Not crazy about the fermented. I'll stick to the soy sauce, but this is tasty. It's like a noodle. This is like a papadon. So now we're in a 300-year-old Chinese house where there's 6 generations of people living, and we're trying some white roses, which is a Haianese dish here, and also some fried wontons because it's a Chinese house.
This finger to
Next up, black sesame soup. So this is the well where the sesame soup is made. This well is 1,000 years old, and in Hoi An culture, anything that's old is seen as lucky, and so people put incense and fresh flowers at every full moon on anything old, so old trees, old wells and things like that, to celebrate and to bring them some luck.
after they will fresh the sweet potato.
So that's why it's creamy.
Oh, okay.
There's sweet potato in it, or they just use it to
It's very hot. And it's sweet. It's decent. One of our final dishes here is khao lao, which I've already tried and I absolutely love it. And it's also made with the water from the ballet well. We have some crispy bits. What are these bits?
Fried noodle.
Noodle. Okay. I'm very lucky because I actually have another YouTuber on this food tour as well. So this is Cecilia. Hi Cecilia. Do you want to say a few words about your channel?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Cecilia. I'm from Guatemala and I'm also make content for social media. So Cecilia La Turista, all social media. And yeah, it was so random, right?
So random. Check her out. She's from Guatemala. You've been traveling for two years,
Yeah.
right? She's been traveling for 2 years, so lots of great content on there. And also, our guide is a very famous TikToker. You want to get in on this one? This is Juan.
Hello, my name is Huang. I'm tour guide of food tour bus. I am content creator on TikTok. Yeah, okay, and vlog for us and vlog for me.
What are the chances? The noodles are amazing. They're like udon noodles, and that's where they came from actually, is from the Japanese and Chinese influence here in Vietnam. 3 countries in the one: China, Japan, Hoi An, Vietnam. Delicious. So for our final course here today, we're having a dessert of a local smoothie. But this smoothie is made very differently. So instead of blending it all together, you just shake all this fruit with yogurt together. So this is what it looks like. You've got all the fruit and the yogurt together, and then we mix it up actually. Hello! Huang's doing a great job there.
The following day, I set out on a day trip from Hoi An.
Good morning! So in a very strange and unexpected turn of events, the bus that I was on to Misan, the sanctuary, has broken down. So I'm on the way to Misan and the bus is broken down. They're going to jumpstart it, I think. And so myself and my new friends are stuck in a town. We don't really know where we are and we're getting coffee. I love Vietnam. 20 minutes later, we're back on the road with our coffees. I don't know what happened, but that worked out quite well. So I've just arrived here to the Misan Sanctuary, which is a really interesting UNESCO World Heritage Site. So if you are in the area and if you're interested in history and culture, I'd really recommend a visit. So we're just at the first temple here of about 70. Now these are Hindu temples actually that were built by the Cham people or the Champa tribe, and all of these temples, this sanctuary, was built between the 4th and the 14th century AD, so it's quite old, and this was a very powerful dynasty that was here in central Vietnam and also in Cambodia and Laos. So if you look at the architecture of Angkor Wat in Cambodia, it looks very similar because it's the same tribe, the same dynasty and the same era. Unfortunately, a lot of these Hindu sites here at Misan were destroyed during the Vietnam War, and in fact the most bombings took place in a single week here at Misan, so there's a lot of reconstruction work going on at the moment to rebuild these temples after the war. A quiet morning visit here to Misan. Myself and my millions of friends. It's pretty busy. It's what, 11 o'clock? And there are tour groups galore. So a word of advice, come earlier. These temples are actually so well preserved. The walls are super thick here. And then it looks almost on the roof like corbelling what they're doing. So they've lasted for like 6 to 1600 years. It's incredible. I'm in the main site now where you'll find the largest concentration of these temples, and it is quite busy, but it's also incredible how well preserved these Cham temples are. Really interesting to see how they've survived the test of time and so many wars as well.
The biodiversity around the area was also incredible. We saw so many types of butterflies. We also spent some time exploring the beautiful landscape around the sanctuary before returning to Hoi An. I couldn't believe it when I returned. The flooding was gone. Throngs of people were out enjoying Hoi An the way it should have been, lighting paper lanterns and placing them into the Thu Bon River.
I am so lucky because it's my last night here in Hoi An, and finally the night market has reopened, the flooding has subsided, and it is chaos. Oh my god, this place is crazy. Very busy, I think because everyone who's been in Hoi An now wants to come down and see it, so there's like boats all along the river here. Crossing that bridge was insane, and yeah, I'm going for a little walk on the street here. So I didn't realise that the night market is so much more than food. There are streets and streets of souvenirs and things like that here. Really cute, very touristy, but nice to have a look around for sure.
I enjoyed my time walking around Hoi An that evening.
Well everyone, that is it from Hoi An. I must say I really enjoyed my time here, even though it is a very busy touristy city. It's like that for a reason. There's so much to see here. There's a lot of history, you know, the trading port of Hoi An and things like that. And if you're interested in archaeology and history in any way, I would really recommend going to the Misan Sanctuary, which was fascinating and so different to a lot of the other things I've seen here in Vietnam. All in all, it's a wonderful place to spend a few days. There are great shops, restaurants, bars, and there's something for everyone here in Hoi An. So yeah, it's been really nice. See you in the next place.